Yeah, soccer.
Oh, you're going to, or you did?
I'm about to.
He's going, yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to talk about
Should've
the
just
last
told
minute
me about it.
procrastinator.
Yeah.
Excited. Okay.
So obviously, the thing we want to encourage and better thing in the long run, certainly for the students, is to use all these resources that we have in the AV room or in labs, recording remotely. If, on the other hand, you need to get something up last minute because you just waited to the last minute, or if one day you're lecturing and you think, gee, it would be really nice if I can have a video up on this particular thing tomorrow, then you can do a lot of stuff on your own. It won't look the way it'll look if you do it in the AV room, but you can get a usable video up nevertheless. And so that's what Saf is going to talk about.
Okay, so I'll talk about the faculty procrastinator model. I'm going to show you how you can make a video for not much money. There's a $100 piece of software called Camtasia that does a screen capture and audio capture of whatever's on your laptop. I got, for myself, a little document camera here. This was about $250. And can you punch my laptop up because the video is up there? Okay. And I do have a bamboo tablet, although I personally haven't come to love it yet. So I can show you how it works, but it's not something I've come to enjoy. So I have two pieces of software running, one which is controlling that little document camera, and it's just capturing everything that's there in the document camera. So if I write something down here, you can see it on the screen. So I'll put a little cannon, and I'm about to have a little projectile motion problem in physics, and I can have my little initial speed and some initial angle, and you can see all that. What I would do if I were about to make a video is I would make this full screen and I would start recording. So I have this other piece of software called Camtasia, and I will hit record, and in just a few seconds it's going to record. Oh, I have the resolution just a little funny here, sorry.
There's nothing special about using Mac OS.
I don't know of anything, and I don't believe that there is. So let's see, let me now make this full screen. Okay, so I'm still recording. I'll probably want to edit out me messing around with all that in just a few minutes, but I'll do that later. If I want to just tell students, what are the key equations, I can remind them what every student in a physics class should remember, and I am just talking here as if this is my only thing I have to pay attention to, but the computer's over there, it's actually what's recording the audio. I could see myself over there if I wanted to, but I find it distracting to look at that while I'm writing at this. So I've always found it useful to just look at this piece of paper and pretend there's a student in front of me, like I'm sitting here and I'm going to be tutoring that student. I think that's the right equation. And I would usually just write like this, and then I would start going to solve the problem. And I would talk to myself kind of conversationally, imagining that there's a student sitting right next to me. And then I would go over here, and when I'm about done recording, I would escape from that view, and I would hit the stop recording button. Okay, yep. And now I have captured, it looks like about 1 minute and 30 seconds of stuff.
Does that include your voice?
It does include my voice. I have a microphone that's in this computer. You could externally hook up a USB microphone. The little white noise at the bottom down there, that's the audio. So you can sort of see where I started talking. And it's easy enough to go back to the very beginning of this tape and scroll through. And you can watch the video adjust. And I can look for the moment in time when I finally went full screen. It looks like it was around there. and I can just chop out everything else and delete it. And now I have a shorter video. And if I had made a mistake over here in the middle, let's say I said something really embarrassing right there, I can delete it out.
Does it delete the video or just the audio?
It deletes everything. And now I have, it's combined the video and the audio right there in that little sliding chunk, and I can move it over, and you'll never know I made that mistake, and now I can save this little file. And it also then outputs to a form of your choice. I've always put out to this form called MP4, is that right? MP4, because that seems to work on both Mac and PC when viewed on a web browser. There are some other forms that are only viewable, I think on Mac, or only viewable on PC, but MP4 seems to be a format that's supported by this Camtasia software and is universal. So then I, so far, until relatively recently, just started putting a bunch of links of these MP4s on a personal web page of mine and told students go watch the first 3 links. But more recently, as I've learned how to use Quest and work with the developers here, I started embedding those videos, as we talked about last time when we met last week, into a Quest learning module, sticking in assessment questions, and then another video, and then some more assessment questions, and building up to some grand finale type homework. And I found that to be really, really great. It's really seamless to do that embedding process. All the work is in deciding which of my lecture notes I'm going to capture in a little video like this. So, yeah.
What's the brand or model of the document camera?
This is an Epson ELP DC06.
You want to do that again? Do this with
Yeah.
slow.
ELP DC06.
CC.
If you, I think, look on Amazon for Epson document camera, I think this will come up. It's a little thing, it fits in a case yay large. It's smaller than my laptop.
Did you buy it from Amazon?
I did. There are other things. I know Kathy Davis in math has this favorite brand called Ladybug. It looks like a little base, and then it has kind of a movable arm around or CCD at the top. But there are a couple of different brands of things that would be available at the $300 or less range.
Is that camera only compatible with the program Camtasia? Because I've been using something called ScreenFlow. So is it just?
No, they're 2 completely different pieces of software. There's one piece of software that just puts the video from this document camera up on my screen and makes it full screen. And there's a second piece of software, the Camtasia, that just captures whatever's on my screen. So in fact, another thing I've done is not even to use the document camera in my hand. I have, on occasion, tried the thing that Jesse sort of cautioned against, but that's me. Oh, I don't have it here.
Camtasia is good for demonstrating how to use software that you might have in a class.
Yes.
So if you just want to show people how to do something in Excel or do something in a program that's unique to a class, such as say MacVector,
Absolutely.
it's very hard to describe it. It's a lot easier just to show them. And they'll
Yeah,
watch
so
the
in
video.
fact, I've done videos, screen capturing whatever's on my screen of me working in a web browser that has a Java applet with a simulation. So I just show you a video to show you that it exists. Our internet seems to be a little slow in this room right now. Here we are. Yeah, simulation of Newton's laws. So this is a web page I made, and I did a screen capture of whatever's on my laptop, and I had no document camera or anything at this point. I was just opening up a web browser, and you can see my cursor start to move through. There's audio here, but it's only on my laptop, so. Let's see. I'm talking a lot, so that's not very interesting. Sorry. In other cases, besides doing a simulation, I did a little PowerPoint thing. And again, I didn't need a document camera for this. presentation, all I was doing is just talking while the PowerPoint slide was advancing. And I found it useful to maybe animate the slide a little bit more than usual, to have individual bullet points come up as I was talking, as I hit carriage return over and over again, like you might do in class. Sometimes I get a little annoyed doing that in class, but it's particularly important to do it with a video like this, because there's not me pointing. So it was useful to be able to do that animation. Right now I'm using the Bamboo tablet actually. That little pen right there is me moving this little Bamboo tablet, which is another little magnetic stylus that is connected to a pad like this, and you can write on the slide. That's a feature that you don't need any special software for it. And so there's lots of ways to do this kind of capture on your laptop.
So you could be drawing on the slide right now.
I could be, yeah. It looks like I'm just gesturing, not drawing, but you could be drawing if you wanted to. Just like you did with that smartboard, you could use the Bamboo tablet to draw. But that's something that's in PowerPoint even. You can do it with your mouse. It's just it's easier with Bamboo tablet.